My father was born in Vilna in 1928. In 1947, my father came to the United States with one brother and his mother with $70 in their pocket, and they began a new life. In the early 50s, when he first started working in New York, there was a tax bill that my father felt was unfair, and he went to Washington and he approached a senator to see if he can change it, and he was successful. That was the first and last time he ever used his political clout for anything personal.
Everything he did was for others, was for Jewish education, for the state of Israel, for Jewish life. It was not anything for himself. And I think that he was greatly respected for that.
He was the pioneer. He was the one who initiated a lot of what we today take for granted in terms of political outreach. He had a vision and an understanding of the political dynamic, and it was never for himself. It was always because he was advocating on behalf of the Jewish people and the state of Israel.
First and foremost, my father was a family man. He loved his family. His family meant everything to him. But my father's definition of family was different than most. My father defined his family as his community.
הוא היה היהודי הדתי המובהק ביותר שפגשתי בחיי, שיותר משדאג למורשת של העם היהודי, הוא דאג לעתיד של העם היהודי.
Giving back starts with appreciation. And Zev always had so much appreciation. He always attributed and included God. If you bring God into your life, and if God is preeminent, then who am I? Zev was truly a man of no ego.
We have a role model for the person that Zev Wolfson was, and that's Moses in the Bible. Moses was the great Jewish leader, but the Bible also tells us he was the most humble of men. And that was Zev. Like Moses, we should judge him by his acts. Incidentally, he had to work to find out all the acts that Zev Wolfson was doing. And I'm talking about acts of charity, because he didn't brag about it, he just did it.
Many people do good things, but rarely did anyone establish the pattern, set the standard, and educate a whole generation of us. He showed us the right way.
My father had a famous line that he always used to tell us, "I don't want to end up being the richest man in the cemetery." My father believed you should stretch yourself, go beyond your means, and God will take care of the rest.
30 years ago, one rabbi told me, there is someone crazy like you, Mr. Zev Wolfson. So they made a meeting with Zev Wolfson. It was Sunday in the afternoon in his office. I never knew him before. I felt that he was thinking like me, much more important than doing buildings or statues. I was trying to save life. Zev thought the same thing. So we decided to do it together.
He saw in Elie, I believe, a lot of the qualities that he thought were important. A driven man. Both of them were from simple beginnings, tremendous humility, and passionate, driven to help others.
My father was born in a very simple family, but with a very big moral and ethics. Life was very hard. The family had no money. They relied on donations or helps. And this is something that touched him.
My father taught me how to give. I saw this in my house, a lot of people coming, asking for money for my father, if he didn't have too much. And he instilled me the meaning of life, the meaning of existence, the meaning of tests that we are being tested by God every day, every moment. And if I'm being tested, I should do good. And my way of doing good as a businessman is to give money and to find good causes. Brazilian give 0.2% of the GNP to charity. We are doing a lot of events, trying to convince the people how to give more, how to be able to give more, to be less selfish.
Dos grandes exemplos do Elie é o fato dele não apenas ajudar, como também chamar outros empresários para fazer a mesma coisa. Ele não está só preocupado em ajudar os próximos. Inspirado muito nesse exemplo do Elie, que não apenas faz a sua parte, mas como também acaba trazendo os outros para poder fazer a sua parte.
Elie, thanks to your generosity, thousands of children and young people can dream in Brazil for a better future. Elie, you give us a lesson of love for others. May more people join this chain of goodness and follow your good example.
My father accepted to be part of the Giving Pledge, which is the Bill Gates and Warren Buffett Foundation. I think you need to give more than 50% of your wealth to charity. And the reason he accepted to sign was not because he wanted to be in debt, but did it to incentivize others to do it as well.
Everything charity is involved. We cannot think of ourselves without thinking of charity. We must help people. God sent me Parkinson. Probably He doesn't want me to do so much. I want to show God that even if He gives me Parkinson, I'm going to, with my Parkinson, to do more than before. You will never be able to finish your mission by definition. If I would die today, I would say I tried to do good. I hope everybody will try and will do good. So that is Olami.
My father was a global thinker. Mr. Elie Horn is a global thinker. And what you end up with is an organization called Olami, which means my world. Olami is impacting 40,000 students in 320 centers in 30 different countries. And we're just getting started.